Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Sarah Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what has she said about you. So this was a requested reading. Thank you to whoever requested this. So we have 4 piles to choose from. In this reading, I'm going to keep it a little bit more open-ended, so you can ask about a friend or a lover or an acquaintance, so whatever you want to know about. So for pile number 1, we have the Pyrite crystal with the Tarot of the Devine. For pile number 2, we have the Golden Cat's Eye Heart with the Crystal Magic Tarot. For pile 3, we have Tiger's Eye with the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. And for pile 4, we have Howlite with the Mythos Tarot. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you are most drawn to. Hopefully by now you have picked a pile. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Pyrite crystal and the Tarot of the Devine, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what has she said about you. So this can be about an acquaintance, a friend, or a lover. I'm going to keep it quite open-ended. So if you enjoy this reading and if you want to stay up to date with what I post daily, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Also, I do have a limited amount of space for personal readings for August, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. Lastly, please take what resonates, leave the rest, as this is a general reading. So let's shuffle the cards and see what comes up for you in terms of the cards you chose. So Spirit Guides of pile number 1s. Spirit Guides of pile number 1s. What has she said about pile number 1? The person on their mind, what has she said about pile number 1? So we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. We have the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. So firstly, with these first 4 cards, so I'm hearing that song. I don't know if it's Taylor Swift. I don't really listen to her per se, but I'm hearing it in my mind where she's like, the old Taylor is dead. Something along those lines, like there's a new Taylor. So what I'm taking from the Queen of Wands reverse is just intuitively that this person may have said that you've almost like killed off the old version of you. The old version of you no longer align with. The old version of you no longer resonate with, right? And the person you used to be is not the person you are today. This person, I think when they speak about you, there is a lot of positive kind of messages about you, or positive words about you, if that makes sense. So when she speaks about you, I see her saying that you have completely let go of that past version of yourself, killed that old version of yourself, and became reborn into a new version of yourself where you're completely glowing. Maybe you have been working on your self-confidence. I hear some of you have been working on improving your health. And there's something here about a physical glow up, but also an internal, mental, spiritual, emotional type of glow up you've been undergoing by rebirthing yourself and working on yourself and growing. I think in the past, maybe some of you had a little bit of people pleaser tendencies, or you weren't able to ask what you needed from the people you love, out of like maybe fear of rejection or fear of being abandoned. And previously you may have not had the most confidence in yourself with the Queen of Wands reverse. And I don't see this person bashing that version of you or saying that about you, but more so saying how you have improved and thinking that in their mind, like, you're very different from that old version of yourself. You're no longer self-sabotaging. You're no longer, giving into bad habits. Like, for example, insecurity is not really a bad habit, but sometimes we can make it a bad habit by keeping on focusing on that. So sometimes, we have those insecurities as an example, but we have to almost like not force ourselves, but I hope you get what I mean, to at least see some positive things about ourselves. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what you've been doing, and this is what she is talking about. With the Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, I believe that this person, she said that even if you've tried to, push her away, even if you've gone through moments in your life where maybe you've been in your lowest moments where you thought that the people around you wouldn't support you, she's there to support you. So for a lot of you, I'm feeling more friendship energy, but just take it as it resonates. I'm feeling more like friendship energy, like this is my sister from another mother kind of energy. That's what I see with the Two of Wands. Maybe she said that she really relates to you in ways, that she sees a lot of similarities between the two of you. I'm even seeing she might sometimes share like inside jokes you have, not as a way of like sharing it with others, but sort of like, oh, pile number one said this funny thing to me the other day and I laughed so hard, like I snorted milk out of my nose, like that type of energy. The example doesn't have to resonate, but I see something about that. And I see her saying that she wants to continue to have this connection with you and grow this connection with you. She sees herself being a part of your life for a very long time. And she feels lucky that she is a part of your life. I do think that she does also feel inspired by the changes you've made, where she is talking about that to others. So let's see what else comes up. The Magician. I just need to cover this card. Give me a second. The Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, there is nudity, so I have to cover it. So maybe you've also been creating more for yourself in terms of your finances or your career. Maybe you have been achieving something big or wanting to achieve something big, wanting to create something for your own. Maybe there's an idea, a project you've been focusing on, or maybe you've just been putting a lot of time and effort into your career, into your health, into the physical things of your life. Maybe some of you are moving homes or decorating your home or renovating your home, something about the homes coming up. But this is what she's talking about to others. And I don't see it necessarily like spilling tea on you, but more so like I'm proud of pile number one for doing these things. They are achieving so much and I see their potential. So there's something about them talking about your hard work, your ambitious nature with the Knight of Wands, and sort of praising that behind your back. That's what she's saying. So we have the Four of Pentacles showing up next. So I think for you, in terms of finances, like you never started out with privilege. What Spirit is showing me is some people start out where they have. So Spirit is showing me, when you have a race and someone has a head start and they can sort of win the race earlier because they had a head start. So some people maybe grow up with that privilege of money, but maybe you have only had like just enough to keep you alive and surviving. That's what I see with the Four of Pentacles. Maybe you had to save a lot. You had to focus on budgeting, all those things, but you don't want to stay in that place where you're just having just enough to support you. Like maybe you want to create more for yourself. Not in a materialistic way, but more so I want to achieve something, like you having this ambitious energy with the Knight of Wands, you wanting to have enough to maybe spoil yourself sometimes, take yourself on a holiday, be financially free with the Nine of Pentacles, almost like think about your future, saving up for your future. For some of you, maybe your kids, retirement, things like that. So there's something about you really focusing on that area of life right now and building there. And there's a lot of hope here she has for you in the future. She sees your potential and she sees you reaching that goal you have. So that is what she's talking about. Like, I see her saying, I'm so excited for pile number 1 to reach this goal of theirs. And there's something about, again, her being inspired by you to also make moves in her own life. So we have the King of Cups, the Fool in the reverse. So I feel like she is coming across as somebody that's very emotionally attached to you. So if this is a friendship, then I feel like she's very attached to you in a platonic way. That's what I see with the Four of Pentacles, King of Cups, the combination of cards, of course. And I see that she's very serious about you. This is not just like if this is a friendship, it's not just like a friendship where it's just almost like an acquaintance. This feels very serious, and if this is a romantic connection, then I see her also being very attached to you, and I see her not necessarily saying that, but telling people how serious she is about you and how she sees a future with you and all those things. There is Cancer energy coming through. If she's not a Cancer, then this could just be her wanting to nurture you in some way and being very protective over you in some way. And I think she wouldn't tell these things to people that are very insecure, that maybe don't have your best interest in mind, where she senses maybe that person's a little bit jealous of you or they'll talk badly about you. Like, she wouldn't even talk to people like that in the first place. So there's something about that coming through where she is protective of you in a way, protective of what she shares about you and who she shares that to. Because she does genuinely care about you from the heart space. That's what I see here. So what else has she said about pile number 1? We have the 9 of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Swords reversed, and the 7 of Cups. So I do think that maybe you've had past connections or past situations in your life where you didn't exactly get what you wanted out of those situations. So with the 9 of Cups reversed, 9 of Cups upright is a wish fulfillment, right? 9 of Cups reverse is not getting what we want, and right next to that we see Genie Lamp. So maybe there have been certain things in your life where you really wished for it, but you didn't get what you want, either in a relationship, in a job, something like that, and you felt like the universe was just against you. But that's not true. I feel like those things didn't work out because they were not meant to. Maybe you wished for it, but you weren't meant to keep that thing in the long term. Maybe it was not good for you. Maybe it's not part of your path. We will never know the exact reason why, but maybe there are other wishes you are going towards that maybe are supposed to be yours. So I see her talking about that, but I don't know why she would say that, what context this is in. Let me just reflect on this. So, when someone's like, oh, like, this person didn't get this dream job or something, like, oh, it's such a shame, I feel bad for them, how can I support them? And then them saying, oh, well, maybe it's not meant to be, but maybe there's something else out there better for them. That's an example of the energy I see here in the way this person is describing or explaining it to others. Okay, so it's not coming from a malicious intent. It's coming from a place of wanting to support you and, like feeling bad for you when you didn't get what you wanted out of life, or out of your relationships or out of your job in the past or money, whatever this is. Maybe it was heartbreaking for you. Maybe you felt like that a lot of your life. But I do think that she is like saying that she wants you to have the things you want. She wants your wishes to come true. I really see her supporting you in that sense. So if she's a friend, I see her being the type of friend that will celebrate your wins. If she's a girlfriend, then same thing, like she wants the best for you. I do see that. What else has she said about pile number 1, please? What else has she said about pile 1? So we have the World. For those in romantic connections, I do see her saying that she never wants this to end. Like, she wants to give you the whole world. Again, she's very emotionally attached to you. So in the way she's talking about you, people can see that. Like, people can see her eyes almost glow when she talks about you, and kind of like, when somebody gets happy and they're speaking about somebody they love, Spirit is showing me that. So you can take it as it resonates in a platonic or romantic way, but that's what Spirit is showing me. We have the Five of Wands and we have the Ace of Swords. So I do think that she may have spoken or vented about a particular conflict or disagreement you had, but I don't think it was from malicious intent again. With Justice at the back of the deck, it was more so telling the truth of what happened and how they can move on from this. So I see her, maybe going to a close friend of hers and venting and saying, we got in a fight last night. What should I do? What should I say to them? Should I apologize? I see that type of energy where she's more so asking for advice and venting and more so telling the truth of what happened, but not backstabbing you or talking about you behind your back in a negative way. It's more so like, I want to know what to do next. I want advice. I want clarity. Was I in the wrong? Because I can't seem to figure it out on my own. So I see her saying that. Anything else of what she has said about pile 1? Temperance reversed. The Three of Swords. And the Nine of Wands. So I do think she has said that she got very heartbroken for you, when you were going through your own challenges and you were feeling like, I'm not getting what I want out of life. Is the universe against me? That type of energy. Maybe you were growing impatient with Temperance reverse, where like you wanted what you wanted right now. And I feel her feeling heartbroken for you, that, you were going through challenges of your own at some point. So I see her speaking about it from a compassionate place. And I see her like wishing you the best of luck in your future endeavors behind your back, where she's saying, I do hope that the things that, pile number 1 is meant to have that are going to make them happy, I do hope they end up receiving that, and that the challenges eventually fall away or we can find solutions to them. So maybe she said that you've had a lot of hardships and challenges in your life, but you are also very strong and she knows that you can get through it. So I see something about that coming through as well. So I'm not sure exactly why she was speaking about this, but this is what's coming through. So I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile 1. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this Golden Cat's Eye Heart and the Crystal Magic Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what has she said about you. So I'm going to keep this reading a little bit more open-ended. You can ask about a friend or a lover or any person on your mind. And please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like tarot content and if you would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Also, I do have a limited amount of space for personal readings for August, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's get started by shuffling your cards and see what comes up for you. So spirit guides of pile number 2, spirit guides of pile number 2s. May I please tap into the energies of the person on their mind? And what has she said about pile 2? What has she said about pile 2? So we have the Knight of Pentacles with green jasper, the Eight of Pentacles with zoistite, the Hermit with blue chalcedony, the Eight of Cups with rhodochrosite. So it's funny, before I pulled the Eight of Cups, I was hearing that song, We Don't Talk Anymore. I think it's Charlie Puth, if I'm pronouncing his name right. Um, that song was popular years back, I think, but I just started hearing it as I saw The Hermit, and then the Eight of Cups came out, which was more so a confirmation for me of the song I heard. So maybe for a lot of you, you aren't in communication or contact with this person. Maybe one of you left the other person behind with the Eight of Cups, and that's what I currently see in your connection. Maybe there's something about this person wanting more out of the connection and not wanting things to end with the Nine of Cups at the back of the deck. But I think you already maybe intuitively sense that this person does speak about you with the High Priestess here. So I don't know. I feel like someone had to leave because things just weren't working out in the long run. I'm not sure what your connection to this person was, if this was a friendship, a lover, but there's just something about both of you, or one of you, if this is her energy, not wanting things to end and still wanting a connection with you, but now being all alone with the Hermit. As I'm saying all alone, I'm hearing Donkey's voice when he's like, I'm all alone, there's no one here beside me. So maybe she's speaking about feeling lonely without you and feeling like she misses you in some way, feeling like she feels very lonely without you. She didn't realize what she had until she lost it. There is this feeling here of almost taking you for granted. And I think one of you had to leave due to self-love or due to putting yourself first. So if you left, maybe you had to put yourself first. If she left, maybe she had to put herself first in some way. It doesn't necessarily mean something was wrong in your connection. For example, I'm seeing a scenario where you have two best friends and one has to go study. And, you're not just gonna not go study because you have your best friend here in this town. Sometimes you have to put yourself first and your goals first. There's an example I see. For some of you, maybe it was long distance and you couldn't keep up with it. For others of you, it was maybe like protecting your peace and this connection wasn't the healthiest. For others of you, maybe this connection was beautiful and you wanted it to last, but maybe it wasn't something that was meant to last long term or going to last long term with the Knight of Pentacles. And maybe there was some work to do on the connection or on yourselves before you could even have what you wanted out of this connection. And maybe for some of you, it just wasn't meant to be. So I guess it just depends on your scenario. These are just different examples I'm seeing of the energies because there's variations here I'm seeing. But basically what she's saying about you is she wished that it never ended. She wished that you two were still in contact. I think she often reminisces on your memories and speaks about them. So, for example, let's say you had a fun, beautiful memory together. I see her speaking about that to others and sort of smiling to herself and reminiscing about that. Like, I really miss that memory. I see her thinking that in her mind. And with the High Priestess here, I do sense that maybe you sense that this person isn't fully like moving on from the connection. Like, you've left each other's lives physically, but this person is still thinking about you, still talking about you as well. That's what I see. So we have the Ace of Swords confirming confirming what I just said. I don't know why the word conforming came out. Maybe that's specific to someone. Maybe she said that for some of you, like, you're very unique and you don't conform to what other people think you should do or what society thinks you should do or be like. I do think that maybe some of you are a little bit more introverted and she may have spoken about that. And I do think a lot of people in this pile are quite spiritual and she may have spoken about that too. I did feel the spiritual energy in the beginning of the pile, but I kind of held off until I saw the High Priestess. So I do see that, but I do also see that you're very in touch with reality. Like you're also very grounded at the same time. So there's a fine line between spirituality and still like finding the balance of being human. And I think a lot of us, I have been down this path too, can sort of escape into spirituality if we are into that too much. But I see you have this balance between being grounded in the physical world and also being a spiritual being with a connection to your higher self, your guides, God, the universe, whatever you believe in. And there's just something about that coming through. Maybe she's spoken about that. I think she's also spoken about what she thinks of you, like her opinions of you, things like that. So what does she think of her? What does she think of pile 2? I mean, we have the Ace of Cups with Coralto Calcite. What does she think of pile 2? We have the 8 of Swords with Sunstone. So I think with the Ace of Cups, 8 of Swords, she thinks that she still has love for you, but she almost feels stuck with the 8 of Swords where she doesn't know if she can still approach you, if she can still have a connection with you. The 6 of Cups is here with pink opal. So again, confirming what I said about her speaking about your memories and reminiscing on that. The 6 of Cups is a very nostalgic card. So I do see her speaking about the memories you've had together, and her opinions of you lie within that, of how you made her feel within those memories. So I think for most of you, her opinions of you are good, and there's a lot of love here with the Ace of Cups, and I think that she wouldn't miss you if she didn't have a good opinion of you, if you get what I mean. So I think with the Ace of Cups, there's mostly good opinions and thoughts here that she's kind of sharing about you. And again, there is a lot of nostalgia here, but also feeling stuck, like, am I just like waiting on a connection that has ended for good and not living my life? Because it's almost like she feels like she's not living her life to the fullest anymore. Like she's so stuck on you and this connection in the past and missing you that she isn't really putting herself out there to find new people in her life. She feels all alone, and maybe she feels stuck a little bit, like, should I be waiting for this person or should I just move on? So I see her being stuck in limbo where she doesn't know what to do. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit, and that's what she's maybe saying to others. So I do also see a message from Spirit, not in terms of what she's saying, but just a message from Spirit giving me some perspective of this. You and this person weren't like meant to be with each other right now or be in a connection right now. You and this person would have held each other back from growing. And I think right now there is an integral phase in both of your lives where you're meant to grow, you're meant to find yourselves outside of the connections outside of you. So this is a time of internal work for both of you, not focusing on the external, but the internal. And although this person feels stuck in the phase of missing you and going back to these past memories, I think there is a reason why they're in that phase right now, because maybe they are meant to self-reflect on your connection and how you made them feel and all of that. And maybe that is meant to bring them growth in some way. I'm not sure how or why, but that's what Spirit is showing me. This person may feel stuck right now, but in that phase of stuckness comes growth, even though it doesn't seem so. So that's what I'm seeing for this person. So what else has she said about pile number 2? I think she's also said that you're very mystical in some way. You're very funny and witty and very quick with your words. She's also said that you're very playful, and she likes to think about the memories you had together that were playful, that were full of laughter, that were full of joy, love, all those things. Like maybe you made her laugh a lot. But there's also something about you being a little bit mischievous in a good way. And there's also something about you bringing out the inner child within her. I feel like you're very connected to your own inner child and that sense of playfulness. We have the Magician and the Fool. I think for her, she has said, maybe if we don't ever encounter each other again, maybe I can accept that, so I can find peace within that. But it doesn't change the fact that I still wanted more out of this connection and I didn't want it to end in the first place. Like, I wanted pile number 2s to stay in my life for a long time. I wanted us to stay in contact. But if it doesn't happen, then I can't force things to be the way that I want it to be. Then I do hope that I find someone similar to Pile 2 or a similar kind of connection that I had to Pile 2 with somebody else. So I see her saying that to others. Like, I do hope I can either create a new beginning with Pile 2, or I do hope that I am able to be lucky enough to find somebody similar to Pile 2, because they loved your connection so much that I think they want to experience those same memories they had with you again. And I sort of feel like this person has a tendency to daydream about you and escape into those memories you had back then. But the past is over now. This person needs to come back to the present moment. That's what Spirit's telling me. It's like this person, they don't have you in their life right now, but they're still stuck in your memory. They're still stuck in the past. And that's why they feel so stuck right now in their life, because they're stuck in the past. They're not being present right now. And maybe some of you miss this person, maybe some of you don't. But what I am saying is, I understand, I have compassion for this person misses you, but you can't go looking for that person in another person. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, I think what Spirit is saying is this person needs to find inner peace with right now, and then they will feel less stuck. So I think the whole theme here about her speaking about you is missing you, missing your memories, like wanting a new beginning with you, not knowing if she's like stupid, I'm hearing, for still thinking about you and missing you. And I think that's the whole theme of what I'm seeing here. So that's what I have for you, Pile 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Tiger's Eye Crystal in the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what has she said about you. So I'm going to keep this reading a little bit more open-ended. This can be for a friend or a lover. So whoever you have on your mind, please be aware that this is a general reading. So only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like tarot content and if you want to stay up to date with what I post daily, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Also, I do have a limited amount of space for personal readings in August, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's get started by shuffling your cards and see what comes up for you. So Spirit Guides of Pile number 3s, Spirit Guides of Pile number 3s. What has she said about Pile 3? Can we please tap into the person on their mind's energy? So we have the Page of Swords showing up first. Next we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. The Nine of Cups. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. The Empress. And the Chariot. So what I'm picking up here, let me just say this. It might not resonate with everybody because I see a very specific scenario here. I think this person is grateful for you. And if you don't resonate with what I'm about to say here with a specific scenario, then please choose another pile you may be drawn to. Because again, I don't think everyone will resonate with this. I see a specific scenario where I'm hearing the word grateful. This person is grateful for you and the things you do for them. But I do think that this person also has a little bit of entitled energy. So what I'm seeing here is a connection between you and a person where it is already strained, because to me, when you're around this person, it feels like they always want something from you with the Nine of Cups. And what I'm seeing here is they sort of switch between grateful and ungrateful, where when you're not doing something for them, when they don't get their way, I'm just feeling a very entitled energy. So all the things you've done for them before in the past are erased, and there's a sense of, I don't know if anger is the word. It's not the word. It's not the feeling I'm getting. It's more so like, Spirit, explain to me what's going on here. Because I'm feeling a specific feeling, but I don't know what word to describe it. What Spirit is showing me clairvoyantly, you know when a toddler doesn't get what they want and they start crying? So Spirit is showing me this person's emotionally immature. For some of you, this could be a mother with the Empress, or just another significant woman in your life that you've sort of felt, you felt very close to this person at times, and at times you felt like, okay, maybe we can overcome this strained connection we have together with the Chariot. But it almost feels like when this person doesn't get their way or doesn't get what they want, they turn against you. But when they do get what they want from you, they're on your side. So that's why I feel like this person's a little bit wishy-washy. I don't know if wishy-washy is the right word to use, but I feel like their love is conditional is what Spirit is showing me. Because when somebody has an unconditional love for you, and unconditional love doesn't mean we should take disrespect from people. To me, unconditional love is about loving a person as they are and accepting them as they are, and not trying to change them, and just loving them regardless of if they make mistakes, regardless of, when they do certain things that are human. We can have compassion for them and love for them regardless. But I'm not talking about unconditional love where you have to accept disrespect from people. That's not how I perceive unconditional love when I'm speaking about it. But for me, I feel like this person's love is conditional because it only feels like they want to speak to you when they want something from you. It only feels like they're sort of entitled to getting something from you. To me, this person kind of feels like a user. If this is a friend, this feels like a user. This is someone you have been dating. If you notice this energy, I'm sorry, but it feels like they have a little bit of entitled energy. And what I see here is maybe you have started to set certain boundaries with the Page of Swords. But with the Six of Pentacles reverse, it's like maybe you've helped this person sometimes when they were needing it. You've been there for this person. But then times you started to maybe put yourself first and not give this person what they wanted from you. I see them calling you selfish. I see them sort of like throwing a tantrum like a toddler. How could they? Like, I see a very entitled, defensive energy. Like, how could they? How could they not help me? How could they not do this for me? Like, I see that type of energy where this person almost is bad-mouthing you behind your back, but not necessarily fighting you in front of your face or saying these things in front of your face. And this may be very hard to hear if you resonate with this. If you don't resonate with this at all and this doesn't feel like your connection, then please pick another pile. Trust your intuition, discern when listening to messages if they are yours. If you do feel like this resonates in your heart and soul, then I would distance myself from this person if I were you, because again, it doesn't feel like this person truly loves you or cares for you, because a person that truly loves you or cares for you would respect your boundaries. And again, this person feels very emotionally mature. Their reactions to things are very volatile in some way, or just not appropriate is the word I'm hearing. So I almost see this person calling you selfish when you don't help them. And I almost see a connection where every time they reach out to you, it's not because I want to check up on you, because I love you, because I want to speak to you. No, it's because I want something from you. And to me, that just doesn't sit right with me. And for me, I'm very protective of those watching my channel. I don't know why, but like, I want to be honest with you with what I see here. I think you should distance yourself from this person. I hope I'm not overstepping any boundaries by saying that, but I just don't think this person has your best interest in mind. And I don't think this is something you'd even be able to get over or get through unless you were to have very strong boundaries with this person. And still, I don't feel like this person fully respects your boundaries. So let's see what else comes up. So what has this person actually said about them? So we have the Three of Swords, the Five of Wands reversed. To me, it's like, I see an energy where someone almost goes behind your back and is saying all the things they feel about you behind your back, but not to your face. So to me, this feels like someone was bad-mouthing you behind your back, being quite cowardly, but not saying it to your face because they know it would hurt you. And that's why I say this person's energy doesn't sit right with me. And I already felt this as soon as I got to pile 3 because just before your reading, I shuffled the cards a little bit to just make sure the energy's fresh. I'm not getting old energies. I cleanse the cards. And then as I'm shuffling the cards, sometimes Spirit will give me some insight. Like Spirit kept making the Devil card pop out. So I already saw that there was a little bit of toxic energies here. And I think you already intuitively know this with the High Priestess at the back of the deck. And maybe this is just confirming what your intuition's already telling you. So we have the Two of Wands reverse. I think this person has felt indecisive in the past when they've spoken about you, where let's say you didn't give her what she wanted out of you. She'd almost say like, I don't know if I should tell this person how I feel, that I'm angry that they never helped me. How could they? It's like they're almost making themselves the victim in the situation with the Three of Swords. Like, I thought we were there for each other. I thought we would always help each other when we needed to. But I'm going to ask you a question coming from Spirit. I'm not trying to stir the pot or anything, but this is coming from Spirit. How many times has this person been there for you, and how many times have you been there for this person? If you notice an imbalance there, then that's a very red flag. Of course, relationships are not always 100% equal in give and take. But with the Two of Pentacles reversed, there seems to be an imbalance with give and take here, where it's a huge imbalance for most of you watching, where it feels like this person's always the one needing something from you, but whenever they ever been there for you, when you need them, are they going to be there for you, or are they going to be selfish, you know? And I think this person has, what's the word? Certain expectations of you that are not realistic, but they're not meeting your expectations either. And your expectations aren't that high. You just want what you want from this person, but it's not high expectations where it's impossible to meet. Do you get what I mean? So I think with the Two of Cups reversed, I see this person always going on a rant like, they say they love me, but they don't love me. Like, it's not true, because if they really loved me, they would help me, or they would do this for me. And again, it just feels like entitlement. And I'm tasting food now. I don't know what that's about, but to me, what Spirit is bringing me to is like, let's say somebody does something nice for you and they cook for you, and then maybe they ask you the next day to buy them lunch, as an example, and you don't have the money to, you don't have the means to. And they're like, oh, but I cooked for them yesterday. And now when I ask them for a simple thing for lunch, they won't do it. Like, it feels like a very nasty energy of them speaking behind your back, very maliciously. And then what Spirit is telling me is like, when they get what they want from you, they speak very highly of you. Like, oh, it's all good and dandy. And the people around them that are hearing this are confused by this person, because it's like, when they get what they want from you and there's a sort of happiness in your connection and no sort of beef between the two of you, this person speaks of you highly. But then when they're not getting what they want from you, they speak of you in this like negative way where they're making themselves the victim. So we have the Lovers. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like this black and white thinking, like love, hate, energy. Like one day I hate you, the next day I love you and I'm hanging out with you, and people are confused because I'm just hearing like maybe this person almost shit talks you and then hangs out with you the next day. So that is what Spirit is showing me. It's like there is no in between with this person. So next we have the Moon in the reverse. I do think that when this person is telling their perspective, they often remove things that maybe you did or said to make their side of the story seem better. So to me, this is coming across as a little bit of white lies, a little bit of gaslighting is what I'm hearing from Spirit. I don't know if it is actually gaslighting, but I just heard the word gaslighting. But to me, I don't think this is really gaslighting, because what I'm seeing this person do is almost like remove parts of the story that make them look bad, and then so that they can kind of like manipulate how other people see the situation when they're talking about you. So I'm seeing an energy like that. 5 of Cups reverse. No, this is the 4 of Cups reverse. Sorry. 6 of Cups reversed. The Star. Temperance reversed. The 7 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands reversed. So, I don't know. This person, I don't even want to be in their energy anymore, to be honest. I just can't believe a person can be like this. I don't think this person's even aware of their behavior. Like, I don't think this person's even aware enough to change something within themselves. Because, like I said, Spirit is just showing me a very emotionally immature person, where it's like their reactions to things are very big. They don't know how to emotionally regulate. And I don't think they're even mature enough to be able to look within and see what they've done wrong, or admit their wrongs, or see their own mistakes. This person's ego is loud and dramatic, is what Spirit is showing me. And their sort of like entitlement to what they think they deserve is loud. But are they even giving that back? Again, Temperance reverse, imbalance. I think that this person subconsciously pushes people away with these sort of imbalances in the connection because of something in their childhood. So maybe this person has a lot of trauma or pain from childhood, or just has certain unmet needs from childhood where they're sort of like emotionally stunted, if that makes sense. That's what Spirit's showing me. And because they haven't gone within and looked within and healed from this and met themselves deeply, they can't meet anybody else deeply. And it's almost like this person is reacting from a place of an unhealed place, right? And sort of like pushing the people they love away from them. What Spirit is showing me is like a very psychological way of explaining this person and their mind. So maybe this person had a lot of unmet needs in childhood, and now it's sort of become an entitlement where it's like, I deserve this. You need to meet all my needs, or it's like, you don't love me. So I think this person maybe had certain parents that weren't emotionally there for them or physically there for them. And it's sort of like they internalized that and said, whoever isn't there for me or, meeting my needs doesn't love me. And now they sort of twisted it into something negative in their life, into a sort of entitlement, like if a person doesn't meet all my needs, then they don't love me. And then it turns into anger and all these things. And it's a subconscious way of pushing people away because they don't believe they're worthy of having their needs met. And now it's become something where they're sort of relying too much on other people, but not, meeting their own needs themselves. So this is what I see in this person's energy. They're very confusing to me. And again, I don't want to be in their energy any longer because I don't like it. So yeah, sorry about this message, pile 3, but this is what was coming through. I really hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 4s. If you chose this Howlite crystal and the Mythos tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what has she said about you. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you enjoy tarot content and if you want to stay up to date with what I post daily, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Also, I do have a limited amount of space for personal readings available for August, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's see what comes up for you. I saw 111 on the camera's timer as soon as I started your reading. Let's see. So spirit guides of pile number 4. Spirit guides of pile number 4s. What has she said about pile 4? We have the King of Cups. We have the 3 of Wands. The 8 of Pentacles. The 10 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. The Devil. So, okay, what I'm hearing, let me just explain what I'm seeing here. So, I heard Divine Union in the beginning of the reading. And when I felt the energy, to me, this felt more like romantic energies. But just take it as resonates. But for majority watching this pile, this was a romantic connection. And I feel she was very attached to you in some way. She wanted to be with you for a long time. She wanted to keep you in her life for a long time. But I'm seeing something where maybe some of you are in separation from this person, and I don't know why these messages are coming up. I know some have been complaining that they don't want to see separation messages, but I can't help what comes up in the reading. If majority of the energies are like this, then they are. If you don't resonate with that, then please pick another pile. But even if you're not in separation with this person, it just feels like there's been a lot of back and forth here of like hurt and pain in this connection, right? Emotional hurt and pain. Although this person loves you so much, they've also felt like this connection has hurt their heart so much. Look at the 3 of Swords at the back of the deck. And I think that both of you have pure intentions towards each other, is what she said to other people. To me, this feels like more her friends, her close friends. And like, I love pile number 4 so much, but sometimes because I love them so much, it breaks my heart even more. And what she said is, I don't think any of you have bad intentions towards each other, but sometimes it's like your love is so huge that it sometimes hurts. But I think both of you have, for some of you, maybe you're trying to heal your connection to this person with Chiron here. Heal any wounds around this connection. And when I look at this 10 of Swords, of course we see stabbed in the back here, but I don't see it as like something of a betrayal, but I more so see it like, let's say this person and you have maybe hurt each other in small little ways, and that adds up in a connection. So let's say for example, I'm in a connection and I tell a small little white lie. I've almost like sort of left a little knife in this person's back. Then we get into an argument and I say something small that's hurtful. I leave another little knife in this person's back. Then 2 weeks later, maybe something else happens and I say something mean or hurtful to this person, leave another little sword in their back. And it doesn't feel like we're intentionally hurting each other, but it feels like we've sort of left little knives in each other's backs that have built up, and now we're looking at our back and it's full of knives and we're so hurt and in pain, we're almost like emotionally injured. And it's like, we're like, where did all of this come from? How did this start? How did I not notice it before? When it was just one little knife, I didn't feel it as much, but now it's become a big thing where it's like, if we don't do something about it now, then this connection is going to be the end of me. It's going to really hurt my heart even more if I stay in this, if I hold on to this and we don't do something about it. So I do think that she wants to stay in your life. I do think that you two do have potential to have a beautiful, healthy connection, but it is going to take some work, pile number 4. And if this is a friendship, then same thing, but different tone or setting, if you get what I mean. I see a connection that maybe needs to heal here with Chiron. So if you are still in this person's life and you relate to this message and you feel that too, maybe you've both hurt each other, and that's valid. Like, your feelings are valid too, but what I am seeing here is you do need to heal something if you want this connection to last, or if you want to keep this person in your life. You two cannot continue doing the same things you've done to each other in whatever way you have hurt each other emotionally. Like, this connection cannot stay healthy, vibrant, long-lasting, beautiful, and happy if we're going to continue to hurt each other. So that's what I want to say here. This person just feels hurt by whatever has happened in your connection, and she's talking about that to her close friends. But I also heard that song, Can Somebody Match My Freak? So I think it plays all over YouTube Shorts and Instagram. But there's something about you and this person, if this is romantic, like having a very highly sexual connection. But then it has also been full of ups and downs. Like, this person, she has a lot of love for you, and she almost sometimes feels like you two are attached to the hip, or you two sort of like are two peas in a pod. Sometimes she feels like she literally obsesses over you, and she almost wonders, if she gets too attached, is this gonna be like something that really breaks her heart, or is this gonna be something that we can heal and make it through? So if you are in a separation from her, maybe she feels a little bit stuck right now, where she doesn't know if this is meant to fully stay in the past and end, or if you two will get back together. Like I said, I heard divine union. For those of you that are still with this person, or friends with this person, then there's something about her not wanting things to end, her not wanting to separate from you, but her wondering, what is best for us at this point. I think she kind of doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know if this connection can still make it, or if it's broken. So that's what I see. I'm seeing Lilo and Stitch, the scene when she says to her older sister, "Are we a broken family?" So take it as it applies to this connection. I see her almost saying to her close friends, like, do we have a broken relationship? Do we have a broken friendship? Like, I don't know where I stand with this person anymore. I don't know what's good for me anymore emotionally. I don't know if it's better for me to stay or leave, if it is something that's going to hurt me more, if we can even change something. So she just feels very confused and stuck right now. And that's what she's saying about you. So we have the Lovers. She has a lot of love for you, don't get me wrong, but there is also a lot of pain and hurt in this connection. And it almost feels like she loves you so much to her, what's the word? Her own destruction. Like, it hasn't been beneficial for her anymore. We do have the Wheel of Fortune. I do think she thinks she has some kind of soul connection to you with the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. Like you two were meant to cross paths for a reason. Maybe she's told her close friends. Maybe we were meant to learn lessons from each other. Like this connection has been extremely hard, but I just feel so connected to Pile 4 on a soul level. But I also feel like Pile 4 has been the source of my pain. So I feel confused. I feel her feeling like her feelings about you haven't changed at all, even though there has been a lot of hurt and pain in this connection. And it doesn't feel like you've intentionally hurt each other, but it feels like small little pains that have built up over time where now it's become this big thing. Next we have the Four of Wands, and I'm not trying to perpetuate toxic or harmful relationships, but again, it just feels like this person feels very connected to you on a soul level, the High Priestess. Like she literally feels like you're her soulmate or something like that. But again, I'm not trying to perpetuate harmful, toxic relationships. So if you feel like this connection just isn't good for the both of you, if you are in separation with this person, and if you are thinking that maybe this just brings the worst out of both of you, then maybe it's time to self-reflect on that and reflect on why we're holding on to something that's hurting us in the end, because that's almost just harming us in the end. But I do see her almost wondering, like, can we overcome this with the Chariot? You know, can we overcome these problems in our connection? I think, again, she feels very confused because her heart is telling her one thing, but her head's telling her another. Her head is telling her to run, but then her heart is telling her to stay. I think for those asking about a romantic connection, again, the romance is coming through as a majority energy here, so I'm going to pick up on it the most strongly. But with the Four of Wands, I think she really wants to have marriage in this lifetime, to be with that one person that she can spend the rest of her life with, that she can commit to herself to, that, you know, she can get through anything with, even ups and downs and connections, that she can stay with and love for the rest of her life. That's what she wants in the end. And now she feels confused, like, am I actually going to get what I want out of love? Or is this just like a lose-lose situation if I hold on? She really doesn't know. And I think the reason why she's talking about this is to get some clarity from her friends, to get an outside perspective, because she has said to them that she feels like her emotions are too deep in this, that she doesn't want to make a decision from just her emotions and sort of like be destructive in a way by just looking at the emotions and not looking at the logic behind it, because she almost feels like maybe her emotions are holding her back, because again, it feels like she wants this so badly, but then it also hurts her so badly, and now she doesn't know if she's just prolonging the hurt and pain by staying this, or if this can be fixed. I'm hearing the word yearning for your love. So we have the Ace of Wands. Again, if this is romantic, it feels like a very highly sexual connection. I do sense she is very attracted to you. But there is also like this intensity you have with each other, but also intense pain. Queen of Swords. I do think maybe she's spoken a little bit about the sexy moments, if you get what I mean. I think she's spoken about it multiple times, but I don't think she divulges too much information about that. Just like, oh, like this was like very satisfying, or, you know, things like that. I don't think she goes too much into detail, but I think she has spoken about that if you are in a romantic connection, but to her close friends. We have the Empress. She's also spoken about how you've made her feel beautiful and loved, and like how you've given her compliments and made her feel good about herself even when she was feeling insecure. So I am seeing that. We have the Seven of Pentacles. But she's also said she knows there is work to be done on your connection if she does want it to be a stable part of her life. I think for her, she's said that her weakness is the amount that she loves by, where she almost has a hard time being assertive with the one she loves, or saying no to the one she loves, or saying you hurt me to the ones she loves, where it almost feels like the amount she loves by is destructive and debilitating to her. And I feel like that's what she's saying to her close friends. Very sad reading, I'm sorry, pile 4. I do hope that you are able to heal this connection. If you want, you can let me know in the comments how it resonated if you want, of course. So yeah, that's what I have for you. I really hope this resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.